Tonight, President Trump ups the rhetoric against Somali immigrants in Minnesota.
Donald Trump is doubling down on his racist attacks against Somali immigrants.
Donald Trump continued to level outrageously racist attacks against Somali Americans in general.
Again, racism, what does it even mean anymore? They overuse it so much, they use it for everything. It has no meaning when it's everything. It means nothing. Scream and cry, all a distraction. And they fell for it again. Trump makes bombastic remarks like he did at the cabinet meeting this week to force attention on the subject matter like this. When he says something that bold, everybody pays attention to the story for a few days, and that's the point. Everybody's talking about it, and millions of Americans are realizing that our own people, Americans, are being gamed hard by our own refugee system. And man, is it a scam. The current estimate is that over $1 billion, and it's looking like it's going to be in the billions, has been stolen by Somali fraud rings in the state of Minnesota. And now we learn Minnesota's top Democrats are very connected to that theft. Ilhan Omar, the mayor of Minneapolis, Jacob Frey, the attorney general for the state, Keith Ellison, among others, received campaign donations, a lot of money from these fraudsters. A scandal that popped up as a Minneapolis local news story earlier this year is getting fresh eyes this week. Minnesota's AG, Keith Ellison, big-time Democrat, showing clear signs of a wicked kind of corruption here. His voice recorded months ago while talking to fraudsters who were accused of stealing $250 million from a COVID child nutrition program. Here's what Ellison said to these people.
I'm very concerned about it. I don't run the agencies, but let me just finish by saying, but often the agencies call on my lawyers to represent them. When you tell me, hey, this is a problem, I call somebody and say, what's going on? Just getting the inquiry from the AG is sometimes enough to make people knock it off.
Just getting the inquiry from the AG is enough to make these people knock it off. To knock it off means to stop investigating the people that stole $250 million in COVID funds for little kids to eat. That's Keith Ellison, the Attorney General of the state of Minnesota, promising to apply some pressure to get investigators to stop looking at his Somali buddies who donate heavily to his campaign. Their alleged crime described like this by Care 11, a local TV station in Minneapolis. Take a listen to this.
Prosecutors say the defendants claim to be serving meals to kids in places that make no sense, such as this big parking lot in Shakopee, or in derelict commercial spaces like this. According to court documents, the defendants created sham meal count sheets and phony attendance rosters with children names such as Man Sincere, Ron Donald, or even John Doe. Prosecutors say they will trace how the defendants used the federal money to buy vehicles, real estate, a down payment on a $2.5 million home build, and a honeymoon in the Maldives.
These people are the scum of the earth. They're stealing your money, designated by our ridiculous government to go towards COVID funds, which was, they printed trillions of dollars. They're stealing that money and buying up property and everything else after claiming refuge, claiming asylum in our country. And you have Keith Ellison right there in the middle of that picture, right on my shoulder, the Attorney General for the state. Looks like he belongs in prison, from what we just heard there.
You know, everybody's reporting the same stories, the same spin. You turn the channel, it's always the same. But not us. We're different. We report the real news. No spin, just the facts. Turn to us, and you won't turn back.
Tune in to Rob Schmitt tonight on Newsmax.